Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our journey through Journey. I'm sure that joke has never been made before. I realized I was able to do some kind of cool movement with the camera here, with the motion controls, and I did want to highlight that starry-esque ceiling. It's very interesting, very cool. Also very intrigued by this next area because it's a kind of pure white light matching that of the top of the mountain, as opposed to this nice amber kind of glow that we've got in this previous area with the vertical shaft. So I'm very intrigued by what's waiting for us. Some snowy areas to kind of match, I guess, that the implication that we're going to be facing some brutal winds as we continue on. According to the little prophecy chart, I guess. So a nice snowy area. I really dig this. We've kind of run the full gambit. We've been through deserts that feel kind of warm and sticky, I guess. Oh, did that guy freeze? No, these are just some little friends. But they are frozen. And our scarf is getting mighty, man. It's impressive. I do like the little snow effects on the scarf and on our character. That's interesting. And the scarf's starting to freeze. I'm wondering if that's part of the mechanic. There's a scary man. I don't like him. Yeah, our scarf freezing is probably not a good sign. That's probably a sign that this weather is affecting us in a negative way. So hopefully we can avoid that. Let's see. And it also appears to drain us of our ability to jump. Have to be near something for that to thaw out the scarf. Interesting. These are kind of totem-looking odd things. There's the wind. There's the wind we were promised. If we hide behind here, kind of away from the wind. Yeah, our scarf's getting considerably more frozen. And here we are pressing against that wind. I'm concerned for our little journeyman or woman, our traveler. Did that kind of thaw it out? Scarf flashing, implying that... I'm guessing these totems are just here to hide behind when the wind comes. I was hoping that they would do something to thaw us out, but it doesn't appear to be the case. And our movement speed is slowed a little bit, either due to the snow itself or due to the fact that we are freezing to death. Interesting. Very interesting. We can continue on. Is more snow coming? Yeah. So this next one will be a little bit of a push. Oh yeah, you can see the rippling effect in the snow itself. Very cool. Again, these particles, it's kind of been the forte, be it the snow or the sand. They've looked great so far. Various aspects of the lighting have been very cool too. Continue on, little friend. You can do it. Just push through this cave, I guess. Hopefully we don't get blindsided. Oh, yep, there's the snow. Okay, so that kind of pushes us back, or not the snow, but rather the wind. So that kind of pushes us back. That's fine. As long as it doesn't kill us, I think that's okay. Curious Almost like a big frozen graveyard. There's a friend. And I also think when we do this, yes, it does have an effect, like a physical effect on the snow around us. That may have happened earlier with the sand. I'm not sure. I wasn't aware if it did. I'm wondering if there... Oh, where are you going, buddy? You okay? You just hiding out because you're cold? I feel that, homeboy. Distant yelling of the monster. I have a feeling we'll run into him at least one more time before the conclusion here. The moon, yep, and there's our friend. The moon is out. That's very interesting. So we've transitioned. That was nightfall or sunset previously. We've transitioned to night itself. I lost sight of our friend. Just continuing on. I'm sure there's something I'm missing. Being a mechanic or an area, and I apologize for that, but 'tis to be expected, I guess, with the first playthrough of any game, really. Keep climbing, little friend. You can do it. You can actually feel like there's slight vibration to the controller as you're making your way through this area, and just with the labored movements shown to you and just the slower movement speed, you can really feel the struggle that the character is going through. Ah, okay. Much better. See, now we're back to our bright red color. We've got our scarf is now thawed out. Is there a secret up here? There appears to be. Interesting. So the little sky serpent guys are battling each other. The Rayquaza are fighting. I mean, honestly, what could you expect when you gave him a Mega Evolution? It's just going to be nothing but Rayquaza fighting forever. Yeah, we're draining our scarf super fast in this snow. Is this towards the peak of the mountain? I'm guessing. Oh, okay, so yeah, we got to make our way around and up to that peak of that mountain. Hi, friend. Don't freeze back instantly. I feel bad for that little guy. He's out here constantly freezing. So I'm guessing this next segment, this final leg of the push, will be dealing with the sky snakes. Ooh, very desolate. Yeah, and you can see them distantly flying through the air. As I'm freezing. Wow. Yeah, the atmosphere is very, very effective here. Just the looming danger overhead. We've got some more of our little carpet friends flying around too, but feels very oppressive in a completely different way to earlier when we were kind of out on our own, trapped in the middle of that desert, or even in the cave area. That was foreboding. This is just unrelenting. You're getting attacked from all sides. Be it... Oh, is he swooping down? Yeah. I believe I'm hiding in the dead carcasses of your brethren, so I apologize for that. That's probably rather rude. But yes, this is all odds against you, full out. I cannot travel through here. This is going to be problematic when he swoops back. I don't even have the energy to do a full charged. Interesting. So I'm not sure where our friend went. I'm guessing he's somewhere behind us. Or right there. But yeah, all the elements are currently working against you as you're trying to continue. The atmosphere itself, or the world itself, is pressing in on you with that, clearly stinging cold. He's eating our carpet friends. That's no good. Yeah, it's just pressing in on your character. These guys are looming around, clearly, out for blood. It's very effective. And again, it's, kind of upping the stakes as we continue on for our journey. I'm not sure where he went. He's probably waiting for some scripted piece, I guess. Just continue to follow these waypoint markers. And yeah, the wind kicking up and pressing us back. These, I guess, literal checkpoints, not in the game sense. But something you might see on a trail to kind of mark your way. Just that pressing wind effect, shifting snow, his eyes scanning down. You're struggling so much in this environment, and these guys are just casually gliding through, just really emphasizing, I guess, the how small you are and how affected by things you are. Oh, did not realize another one was coming across. I'm gonna try and shoot for this one. I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. Oh! Very close. Again, that may have been scripted, but either way, it had its intended effect. I was taken off guard by that. Is there only one, or is there multiple ones swirling around? Supposed to be safe, I should run for that. In case he swoops back this direction. As he looks to be doing right now. So we'll hide out here. We've got a friend! Oh no, friend! Oh wow. He made it! Incredible. I thought for sure he was dead. His scarf is lacking now, so I wonder if that's what happens. They take away pieces of your scarf. That's impressive, though, to see that. Come on, friend. Let's push forward together. To see that he survived that, I guess, is impressive in its own right. Continuing up a narrow path. Guessing we're getting very close now to our overall goal. And this is interesting as well. Like none of the carpets or the checkpoints or anything, when you use your call button on them, they don't replenish your health at all. They don't help with the snow. But by having a friend, having some level of friendship, you're able to kind of bypass that. This last push towards the top. And you can see my call has gotten much bigger now. Just with friendship, Come on, buddy. There you go. Traveling along together. So this is bringing back an element that you used earlier in the game. These seaweed-esque ribbons. You can bring them back. And as you can hear, the orchestral score is in full force, kind of signifying that we're getting towards the crux of our journey. Most of these have been unintentional, by the way. The journey puns. Not even puns, really, just saying the damn word. I guess that light at the bottom of the screen could imply that a player is behind you. So earlier when I was curious about that, there may have been somebody behind me that I hadn't seen. And we're continuing on. This castle. Thought I was done with Souls games. Come on. Gotta keep each other warm. They're like little button presses. Ooh! Yeah, considerably colder now. You can just really feel it pressing in on your character. Pushing us around. Even though we're safe due to the railing, it's still letting you know that you're nothing. You're nothing to this. This game will do with you what it wants. Guessing we gotta go over here. Buddy! Riding this out together, man. Oh no, you were so close. I have faith. Yeah, we made it. Now this part, it does look like we have the ability to fall off. Oh god. No! He's gone. Oh. That's depressing. Wow. We just watched somebody die, kids. So I guess along your journey you will lose people. Wow. I feel bad for that guy, but you know, that's part of the game, I suppose. Oh no. Big scary sky snake. We're just completely out in the open. There's nowhere to hide. But we're so close. There's lightning. This wind's just whipping us around wherever we want. Light was behind me, I guess, indicating that our buddy is still back there, but the wind just whipping us whichever direction it wants to. There's nowhere out here to hide. If this thing decides to swoop down, it can more or less have its way with me at this point. So that's something I'd like to avoid if we can at all. We're so close to our goal, though. I guess that's part of it too. Is that drama of being so close and yet not knowing if you'll make it. Oh, this lightning. Oh, pressing us through. Come on. You can do it, little traveler. We're so close. We've come so far. We've lost so many friends to falling off of castles. We can't give up now. My scarf, I'm realizing now, is completely gone. I'm not sure when that occurred, but I'm just now noticing it completely, I'm sure, frozen and just discarded. Oh man, and this movement is just slowing to an absolute crawl. No hint at all of the red color of our cloak previously. Completely frozen now. Seem to have a limp as well. Just continuing to press on toward that light, and now the orchestra is gone again. Once again, bringing us Oh. Yep, just slowly bringing us back to the moment. As our steps get smaller and smaller. And if I wasn't rambling like an idiot over this, you'd just hear the footsteps in the wind. Oh man. We're still making progress, no matter how slowly. Not anymore. Oh. And we're dead. Interesting. So we completely lost sight of the goal there at the very end, too, as it was completely consumed by the snow and the wind. I'm sure there's some metaphor in there. And there's our body. Oh, okay. Interesting. So those may have been different people each time. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many of those different cutscenes we got, if it was 6 or not. Lift it up. Yeah. And their scarf grows back. Interesting that we are literally lifted up. We are not... We don't climb back to our feet. And now we're gold. Am I controlling this? I am. Interesting. There's Sky Snake Man. Flying up through the hole in the sky. Touching the sun? I'm not sure. Can't believe we get to go supersonic in this game. That's just incredible. Oh, is that our buddy? I guess so. We both have Omega scarves now. Yeah, I guess that's our friend from earlier. He must have made it while I was struggling through the snow. And now we see the bridges for guidance as to where to go, along with these pillars, but we don't need to rely on them anymore. Which is interesting. And more skiing. Interesting. I hope our friend's behind us, I'm not sure. Yep. More of the seaweed I'm sure we're supposed to use to travel up. And we're following our shark bro. And we have literal water now, as opposed to falling sand. Tons of jellyfish people. Lifting out of like the water mist there. All this red highlighted against the blue. Very nice. I apologize that I don't have too much commentary for this part. It's kind of a visual experience rather than something I should be talking over, I feel. Interesting. Help me up, friends. I'm stuck. Interesting mountain peaks. It's so much more lively up here, past that crushing, deadly cold. And we have the little light fragments guiding our way to the very peak. And we are Super Saiyan once again. Can't believe they put Supersonic in this game. That's really impressive. And we made it to the peak. Interesting. Like we mentioned, we are branded with one of these glyphs. Every time I do one of those glyphs does appear on my chest. And there's our buddy. Let's do this together, pal. It's just very interesting to me that this is another human being. Like, he's very chatty, apparently. And he has a different rune than I do. So perhaps these all do represent different people. I'm not sure if literally or figuratively they're just generated to represent other players and other people's journeys, but if literally, that's interesting. What is up here? We made it. Not much to say at this point. We're just continuing forward. I'm about to clip through my buddy's back here. And we are into the void. Two pals, two travelers continuing on. Very interesting. So now we're surrounded in white in a very different circumstance, obviously. And I believe that is the end of our journey. We made it. We made it to our ultimate goal. Unless this level picks up as I make that comment, which is entirely possible, I suppose. This looks like the very beginning of that area. Yep, there's the mountain up there. And there's a shooting star like we saw earlier. Yes, so we're recapping the areas now. I do believe that signifies the end. So very interesting. Yeah, thank you for playing Journey. We did it, guys. I am, even knowing the small things that I did, I'm still very impressed with that. I'm very impressed with the overall journey. I feel terrible every time I say that word because it's not intentional. I assure you. But the experience itself, I guess, was very, very intriguing. There were a lot of moments of calm meditation. There were some moments of high stakes and tension, but it was never overwhelming. I didn't feel anxious or like I was up against insurmountable odds that I couldn't overcome, which is always a plus when you're trying to play a game to relax. So, also, I think pretty telling is that I was able to sit through the entire experience. Like these 3 episodes have been recorded, and in succession here, where I haven't done any editing or anything in between. So hopefully at this point everything turns out okay, but it's very interesting. The score does great. They know when to inject it, when to let things hang, and just let the atmospheric sounds kind of carry the tone. And I also appreciate the fact that you don't hear a human voice until the end credits. At least not one that I can remember. Kind of keeping with that theme of isolationism. It's very interesting. I'll be very interested to see how I feel, because this is a game I can see myself coming back to in the future, and I'm interested to see how I will feel in the future when I do come back to this experience. When I look back on this and say, you know, let's experience that again, let's go through that again, even though I know it's going to happen, or even, I'm not sure, you know, watching another person who's never played this before play through it. That's probably going to hold some entertainment value for me, and hopefully you guys were able to get that experience from this playthrough if you have played through this before. Also interesting to think about the fact that I could explore a lot of these areas to a greater extent and, you know, get an entirely different experience, notice things that I didn't before. Based on that one mural that I had to kind of fly up to find, I'm sure there are other murals in this game that I completely bypassed, be they in different routes or, you know, hidden within the structures themselves. So that could hold some entertainment as well on a replay. And also coming back to these pink amber kind of warmer tones now. It's very interesting. Overall, I guess I can say, you know, this is the first game that I had played by that game studio, and I can see what the hype is about. Even with everybody saying the Journey is an exceptional experience, and not to say Nathan overhyped it, but hearing from him even that it was one of his favorite games, like even with that, with going into that, and with those, you know, those expectations being held, whether intentional or unintentional, I gotta say the experience, for me at least, you know, lived up to that hype and in a lot of ways exceeded it. And our stars falling. Interesting. Is this the start of the game? That's what I'm curious about. It is. Interesting. So like I had mentioned at the very beginning, oh yes, the companions we met along the way. Thanks, Giebler2. Thanks, Gaming Nerd 345. Seb Laverd. Victor Gamer 20. Soft Heart. Hooden Edge. Interesting. So we've met more people than I expected. I mean, they may have been out of my direct vicinity. And yeah, see, each of them have their own glyph associated with them. Seb Laverne is clearly a fighting type, based on that fist. Interesting, very interesting. But yeah, I knew, just based on talking to people about this game before, that part of it was about the cycle of life and the theme of repeating cycles. Yes, so we're at the exact point of where our journey began, and we have the option now for a new journey. It's very interesting. My view on life, I guess, is everything is about making and breaking patterns and habits. My outlook is very ritual based. You are the sum, I guess, of the rituals that you inherit, be they positive or negative, and the ones that you choose to keep around and the ones that you choose to break. So any kind of game that has any kind of cycle element to it, I admittedly have a soft spot for. So this is very interesting. I have a lot to think about, I guess, a lot to digest in my even in my time, you know, editing this and beyond. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our journey. Hopefully you had a good time. You gained something new from my experience. If you've never seen this before, hopefully you got as much out of it as I did. If you have seen it before, I hope that you were able to find something you didn't see previously, or, you know, at least found my struggles and my reactions entertaining. Thank you guys so much for watching these episodes. I know they were a little longer, but we'll be back at it with something a little more on pace with what we've been doing in the past. But hope you have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.